Hey guys, what's going on today? Bojo here, back again for some more NHL 17 news, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new game mode coming to NHL 17 this year, Draft Champions. So, Draft Champions is an all-new mode that introduces the thrill of the fantasy draft with fast rounds of superstar picks. Each round challenges you to choose current and past NHL players and to build a team that best fits your playstyle. Immediately following your draft, take to the ice and fulfill your team's potential by winning the draft championships. So, they did provide us with a trailer for this one. It's pretty short. There's no commentary over it. So I'm going to play that really quickly for you guys. There are a couple little subtle things that we can talk about, but I'm also going to go over all the details that were revealed in the blog as well. So we'll play the trailer first. We'll break that down afterwards. So here you go, guys. Here is the NHL 17 Draft Champions mini trailer. Alright guys, so first off, when you start by doing the Draft Champions, you will be able to select your theme. Draft Champions is all about making decisions that will impact the overall build of your team, and your first big decision comes right off the bat. When you first enter Draft Champions, you'll be asked to select one of 4 different themes. Themes determine which players will be made available to you during your 12-round draft, and will also be used to generate a base team before the draft starts. Your base team will be made up of low to mid-tier players who fit your selected theme. Draft Champions themes will be updated throughout the year to keep the mode fresh and exciting during the hockey season. Once you've selected your theme, it's time to start drafting. So once again, guys, themes are going to be constantly changing throughout the year, which is really, really awesome to see. And the wide variety of different themes you could choose from, I think I remember mentioning it before. I think they said there were over 40? I think when the game immediately comes out, I think there's over 40 different themes that you'll be able to select from, and the fact that they're going to be updating this throughout the year, I think that's pretty awesome. So, next up is Get Drafting. Now it gets exciting. It's time to draft and improve upon your base team. Players choose between 4 players in each round, and with a limited number of rounds, each pick matters. Each player selected will be an upgrade over the base team, and Draft Champions will give players tough decisions in every round. Every draft will feature a variety of players, so your final team will almost always look different. Shape your team how you wish. If you enjoy playing a run and gun style, then select speeders and snipers. If you like to play a defensive style, load up on high-end defensemen and two-way forwards. The choice is yours. So here is the mini draft screen, as you guys can see. I really like this screen, to be perfectly honest. It shows you the 4 players that which you can select from in your first round, but then it also shows you each position that you have down below. It shows you your goaltenders, your right defenseman, left defenseman, right wings, left wings, and centers. So it sorts in an order from highest overall to lowest overall, so that if you're looking for a specific player for each position, you can opt to select a player by position, or you could just take the best possible player that you see available. So I think Draft Champions this year will actually be pretty awesome to build some awesome teams. Plus, if you can't afford players like this in Hockey Ultimate Team, you get to use this mode to try out some of your favorite players in the game. Next up, the Draft Championship. After the draft, it's time for you and your team to hit the ice. Players who selected play solo in the Draft Champions menu will face off against the AI, while players who select play head-to-head will face off against live competition online. Your goal is to win 4 games in a row. With each victory, you get closer to winning the Draft Championships. So here's another little picture here of just you showing your top players here in a nice little format, which almost is kind of basically like if there was like a Hockey Ultimate Team banner for certain cards that are coming out that day. I kind of like the way that looks. It looks pretty nice. And then also, I wanted to note here is that you can do play solo and play head-to-head. So once again, I think I mentioned this a while ago, but this mode is both offline and online for your pleasure. So if you're a casual gamer, you can play against the AI, but if you obviously want to take your skills on against another player, you can do head-to-head. Draft collectibles. For every game you'll complete, you'll earn draft collectibles. These collectibles can be used to complete Hockey Ultimate Team Draft Champion Dynamic sets, which allow you to unlock high-end player items, packs, and more. The more games you win, the more draft collectibles you will complete. And down below, guys, it just shows you a couple of the sets that you will be able to complete. Most notably shown here on the blog is an 88 overall Nicholas Grossman. And I believe a lot of the players that they are featuring in these sets are either retired players or very older players, or, you know, like higher end overalls of these players for like a certain type of year. But in order to get that 88 overall Grossman, you have to trade in 50 draft collectibles for an 88 overall special draft edition Nicholas Grossman item. So that's it for the blog. I just want to go over a couple things from the trailer itself regarding the draft champions. As you guys know, we had some of the themes being revealed, where best in the West, these puck slingers represents the greatest players in the Western Conference. Once again, moving over to East Coast, Beast Coast, these powerhouses were best represented the Eastern Conference. Next is like Shea Weber, so either maybe like hardest shot or all-stars, and then Jack Eichel over there on the right end, so maybe like NHL rookies last year. Yeah, all-star alumni. These players prove their worth to fans by playing in the All-Star game, so you might get some pretty nice little players in that one there, and then Eichel at the end. Now, one thing I wanted to note here is that when you select your draft champions theme, if you choose head-to-head or versus the AI, they really didn't mention it here, is are you going to be going up against other players who have selected the exact same theme? Or are you going to be playing a completely different person who picked a different theme than what you chose? So they say the themes are going to change throughout the season, but are you going to be going up against another player, or going up against an AI made up entirely of the same theme of players that you're going to be playing against? They really didn't specify that. So I'm interested to see if, you know, if there's going to be certain themes that are going to be better than others, and if you're going to be matched up against players who selected the same theme. Once again, you get to draft your squads. Legends and special player items will be available when you do make your selections. Obviously, Eric Lindros and Mike Bossy being represented there in the first round there. Once again, you continue to draft up your players throughout each round, showing a couple of the hot overalls. I don't know if these overalls are finalized or not. I would say yes, possibly that these are the final draft ratings, but I'm entirely not sure. They're not saying that the ratings are finalized. I would say no, that they aren't finalized, but obviously I could be completely wrong. And then once again, you go head-to-head against playing solo and earn draft collectibles. Now, in the trailer, they showed you that you can claim your rewards for playing head-to-head. And it seems like the maximum amount of collectibles that you can get is 4. So if you win all 4 games of your draft, which is obviously you play 4 games, and I believe you're limited to 2 losses. Once you get your second loss, the draft is over for you. So you're allowed 1 loss. The best you can do is 4-0. The worst that you could do is obviously 0-2, but you can still get all 4 collectibles even if you go 4-1 in your draft. Now, what I'm wondering is the amount of draft collectibles that you can earn, will it be the same for when you play head-to-head online or if you play the AI? Meaning that if you play the AI and get 4 wins, do you earn 4 collectibles? Or if you play another player and get all 4 wins, do you get more than 4 collectibles? Once again, they really didn't specify this in the trailer nor in the blog. I'm hoping that you get more collectibles, or you get 4 collectibles, and then if you play the AI, you get less collectibles. It would really not make much sense to me if you got the exact same amount of collectibles for either playing offline or playing online. That would, in my personal opinion, that would delete the entire purpose of having this mode online, where you can just play against the computers, grind up all these collectibles, and pretty much get free Hockey Ultimate Team items without actually really having to earn it. Because if you if you know the trick to beating the computers, it's really easy to win games against the AI. But as you guys can see here, there are a bunch of different collectibles that you can trade in here. This one's showing a gold pack. Trade in 10 draft collectibles for a gold pack, which might be very similar to what we saw in the beta for the gold packs. You can do a large quick sell pack if you trade in 15 draft collectibles for a large quick sell item worth up to 10,000 coins. Worth up to is the big note there. worth up to 10,000 coins, so you could probably get anything in between, but that one's 15 collectibles. And then you can also get another 88 overall type of player, Manny Malhotra, for trading in 50 draft collectibles. So that's it for the trailer there and the blog in Draft Champions. There's still a lot of unanswered questions that we do have about this mode, whether, you know, if there's any reward or if there's more of a benefit to playing against online players rather than playing against the computers. I would hope so, because it just doesn't make sense why you would get the same amount of collectibles for playing online and offline modes. That wouldn't make much sense to me. You should be rewarded for beating other players in the game rather than being the AI. Also, the themes. We don't know if you pick a certain theme and then you go up to a head-to-head match. Who knows if you're going to be facing other players who selected that same theme, or if it's just going to be two different themes matching up against each other. But hopefully we'll be able to answer all those questions in due time. Other than that, let me know what you guys are looking forward to Draft Champions this year. And once again, there is no buy-in for the Draft Champions this year. This mode is strictly free every single time you enter, whether it's online or offline. There's no like coin fee or anything like that you have to pay to do this mode. You can do it as many times as you want, and you can do it as often as you'd like. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. As always, let me know what you are most looking forward to Draft Champions this year, and hopefully we'll get some more information on the mode of our unanswered questions. And if you guys have some unanswered questions about the mode, leave them in the comments down below. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.